Last week, this dog made the discovery of a lifetime. He and his owner were just walking around the forest when the dog took off, and it was not to chase a bunny or some other little critter. No, this dog was already halfway up a tree when his owner caught up with him, and what he found up that tree shocked the world. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Ethan Atwood and his trusty canine companion Max were the talk of the town. They were an inseparable duo, always exploring the wild together and discovering the most unusual treasures in the most unusual places. Ethan, a young and adventurous man, had a penchant for the unknown, and Max, a strikingly intelligent and energetic shepherd dog, was the perfect partner for their escapades. Over the years, Max had developed a reputation for his uncanny ability to unearth the most extraordinary items during their excursions. They even found a perfectly preserved ancient scroll in a hidden cave during a spelunking adventure they had a couple of months back. These discoveries had earned them a dedicated following of admirers who eagerly awaited updates on their latest exploits. Ethan had a feeling that this trip would be no exception, and as they ventured deeper into the forest, he couldn't help but wonder what Max might find this time. An hour into their hike, Max's behavior suddenly changed. He began to bark in seemingly random directions, clearly focused on something that Ethan couldn't discern. "What's gotten into you, Max?" Ethan asked, but Max was no longer paying any attention to Ethan. He was completely focused on whatever mysterious force had captured his attention, and then suddenly, without warning, Max took off at a sprint, bounding through the underbrush and disappearing from Ethan's view. Ethan knew that he couldn't let Max out of his sight, so he took off after him. As he ran, he could not help but feel a strange sense of anticipation. What could have possibly caught Max's attention so completely? The distance between Ethan and Max only grew larger, and as they both continued to run, Ethan began to feel a twinge of fear. He had never seen Max act like this before, and the thought of losing him in this vast wilderness was almost too much to bear. With a final burst of energy, Ethan spurred the base of a towering tree, his gaze locked on its highest branches. "What is it, Max?" Ethan panted, barely able to catch his breath as he tried to understand what had caught his dog's attention. The tree was ancient, its gnarled bark covered in a thick layer of moss, and its enormous roots snaking across the forest floor. There was something about this tree that was special, and Ethan could feel it too. He pulled out his camera, knowing that their followers on social media would be just as fascinated by this discovery as they were. What could be hidden here? Another golden coin, an old war helmet, or something even more incredible? As the camera rolled to film the whole thing, Ethan narrated their discovery, watching in amazement as Max prepared to do something he had never seen before. The dog backed away from the tree, his muscles tensing as he prepared to take a running leap. With a powerful surge of energy, Max launched himself towards the tree, his strong legs propelling him upwards. Ethan was left speechless as he watched his canine companion scale the massive trunk with ease. Their audience watching the live feed was just as astounded, and the chat was filled with a flurry of excited speculation about what could be waiting at the top of the tree. Finally, Max reached his destination, a large, pale-looking patch that seemed to be nestled into the thick bark of the tree itself. Ethan tried to observe this object from a distance, but it was unlike anything Ethan had ever seen before, and the sheer size of it made him glow with curiosity. Max carefully dug his claws into the tree, eager to uncover its hidden secrets. Max's movement slowed, his nose buried deep in the hole he just made, and his slow and cautious approach also piqued the curiosity of the followers online, whose numbers already hit 1,000. As Max finally revealed the hidden treasure within the tree, Ethan could feel the anticipation in the air, the weight of the moment pressing down on him. As Ethan hovered his camera over the mysterious object that Max had broken off from the tree, he was struck by its peculiar appearance. It was large, ridged, and pale, unlike anything he had ever seen before. Trusting his canine companion's instincts, Ethan decided to take the object home for further investigation. Carefully, he packed the enigmatic item into his backpack and began the trek back to civilization. As they made their way out of the forest, Ethan's mind raced with possibilities. What could this strange object be, and why was it hidden in such an unusual location? Upon returning home, Ethan wasted no time in contacting the experts he had come to know through his many adventures with Max. One by one, he held video calls with them, presenting the mysterious object for their inspection. To his surprise, Most of the experts were left baffled by the object, unable to provide any insight into its origin or purpose. However, hope was not lost. One expert, a renowned archaeologist named Dr. Amelia Reyes, was intrigued by the object and its mysterious nature. She asked Ethan and Max to bring it to her workspace so that she could examine it firsthand. As they traveled, Ethan couldn't help but wonder what they might learn from her analysis. He knew that her expertise could hold the key to unlocking the secrets of their enigmatic find-off that day. Finally, they arrived at the spacious, well-equipped workspace of Dr. Amelia Reyes. It was always an exiting day when they got to go there. Dr. Reyes greeted them warmly, her eyes sparkling with curiosity as she caught sight of the mysterious object tucked into Ethan's backpack. "I've been looking forward to this," she said, her voice filled with excitement. "Let's see if we can solve the mystery of your intriguing find." Dr. Reyes carefully placed the object on her work table, her eyes scrutinizing every detail. She utilized an array of tools and techniques to examine it, taking measurements and documenting her findings meticulously. Ethan and Max watched her work, both equally captivated by her thorough process. Hours passed, and Dr. Reyes' investigation finally reached a turning point. Her eyes widened with surprise as she made a critical discovery. The object was not a single piece, but rather a cocoon-like structure. It was composed of layers, almost bone-like in appearance, encasing a secret hidden within. With Ethan and Max watching intently, Dr. Reyes carefully cut away the outer layers of the hardened cocoon, revealing the astonishing secret it held. Inside was the largest butterfly any of them had ever seen, its wings curled up and its body perfectly gray. Even more remarkable, the butterfly appeared to be fossilized, just like the cocoon that encased it. Dr. Reyes estimated the age of the butterfly to be around 500 years old, based on the age of the tree from which it had been found. But it was the butterfly's origin that truly made this discovery extraordinary. Through her research, she determined that this particular butterfly had only lived in Southeast Asia between 500 and 1,000 years ago. At least, that was what everybody thought. This meant that they had just uncovered evidence that this extremely rare type of butterfly had a completely different migration area than modern science had ever thought possible. Ethan did not know the significance of that comment just yet, but the implications of their discovery were profound, and soon, news of their findings spread like wildfire. Local newspapers questioned Ethan and Max about their remarkable discovery, and scientists from all over the world flocked to their hometown to study the ancient butterfly and ask questions. In response to the overwhelming interest, a fully 3D animated model of the butterfly was created, allowing people to experience its beauty and color in an entirely new way. Ethan and Max's bond, forged through countless adventures and discoveries, had led them to uncover something truly groundbreaking. Their remarkable find would forever change the understanding of this rare butterfly's history and its migration patterns, leaving an indelible mark on the scientific community forever. The duo's extraordinary journey not only brought them closer together, but it had also contributed to a deeper understanding of the natural world around us.